Hello, my name is Megan Eichel, and Erin is a survivor of sexual abuse. Her story begins when she was 7 and continues throughout her life. This very empowered woman decided she was going to be a voice for the voiceless, and she was going to put a stop to sexual abuse to children. Originally enacted in Illinois, Erin's Law was created so that the education system could incorporate prevention methods and awareness of sexual abuse into the curriculum. The bill was originally signed by Governor Quinn in 2011. A second version of this bill was signed again by the same governor in 2013, requiring public schools in Illinois to incorporate this into their curriculum. The bill has been signed in about 15 states as of today, and will be introduced to another 22 by the end of 2014. This law is meant to teach children the very fine line between platonic and abuse. The law also mandates that a sexual abuse handbook be given to the parents of students in the school so that they may also learn the warning signs and help prevent it from ever happening. Now, while this law is absolutely fantastic, and I 100% stand beside it, I believe that sexual abuse is only one component of abuse as a whole, and I think that this law can be expanded to include all forms of abuse and not just sexual abuse. Now, as defined by the New York State Office of Children and Family Services, child abuse is when the parent or legal guardian of a child inflicts serious physical injury, creates a harmful atmosphere to the child's physical well-being, or performs an act of sex against the child. It is also stated in Section 412A of the Social Services Law that if a child under the age of 18, of whom resides in a residential care or not, is treated in a manner where they are physically injured purposely, threatened verbally, by use of weapon or physically, or is forced, coerced, permitted, or encouraged to partake in an act described in the penal law, it is considered an abused child. That's a lot more than just sexual abuse. No child ever deserves to go through that. Now, this is Erin's Law, the original copy from Illinois. I think there's plenty of room within that law, considering some of the very large laws that are in this country, to expand it to include all forms of abuse. And I think that it's important that parents also learn preventive methods and warning signs of other causes of abuse, especially teachers. As mandated reporters, teachers are supposed to make that phone call when they think that a child is being abused at home or maltreated. I think that helping them learn other warning signs and other preventative methods and how to act around the child and help the child cope with the situation that they're in will also benefit the child in the long run. It will be less likely for a child who's abused to wind up being an abuser themselves if they have proper counseling and proper care, as well as if preventative methods are taken, possibly being able to help stop the abuse from happening as a whole. Now, I've recreated a chart from a data table of the 2009 maltreatment report. As you can see, as you can see, or maybe not, the purple here is sexual abuse. Now, it does take up a significant part of the circle. However, maltreatment and physical abuse, the blue and the orange, take up almost 3/4 of it. Therefore, maltreatment and physical abuse do hold a lot more as far as abuse goes. Sexual abuse is important, and it is something that needs to be addressed, but abuse as a whole also needs to be addressed. And I think now is the time we act upon it. Now is the time that we stop abuse from happening to our children, and we help them, and we show them ways to cope with it and ways to speak up about it. Because one of the biggest problems is that people don't speak. Erin decided to be that voice for people. More than just sexual abuse survivors need that voice, because not all of them will speak up, and they need just as much help as we do. So I think that we should expand Erin's law to include all forms of abuse and not just sexual abuse. And I think now is the time to do it.